What's up, YouTube? It is Jeff Tuffner here on the Glorious Podcast, coming to you with something a little bit different today. Something that's non-wrestling related for once. A little bit of football talk. The NFL season starting up tonight. We got the Chiefs and the Patriots game that I don't really give a shit about because screw the Patriots. And we got the full slate of games on Sunday, first week of the season. Pretty pumped up. Football has been one of my favorite sports. And, what are the chances that my team isn't even playing this week? Obviously, I'm a big Dolphins fan, and we all know what's going on with the Dolphins. I'll get more into that in another video or whatever. I'll be covering the Dolphins throughout the season, too, here on the channel. But this video here is 5 bold predictions for the upcoming week. So it's not just predictions for the upcoming week, but it's bold predictions, things that probably won't happen. You never know. Some of them could happen. I tried to, make predictions where they were like, they could, but, it's kind of a long shot, but it could happen, though. So, nonetheless, let's get right into these predictions here. So, the first prediction I made, now I've kind of put them in order to, most likely to happen to, the longest of long shots. So, the fifth one will probably be, the most unlikely thing to happen. This one, there is a legitimate chance it could happen. Matt Ryan throws for over 315 yards against the Bears. Now, the Bears, I don't know what to expect out of the Bears. They're an interesting team this year, but I think the Falcons are more stacked than they were last year. They were, Falcons were dominant in the Super Bowl. We all know how that went down, though. But nonetheless, their offense was just explosive, and Matt Ryan was unbelievable last year for them. And the Bears' defense, I think they've gotten a little bit better, but I don't know. I feel like the Falcons are just going to expose the Bears. Matt Ryan's going to be finding Julio Jones and all the wide receivers all over the field come Sunday, and I think he's going to throw for at least 315 or more yards in that game against the Bears. All right, the next prediction I got here is regards to tonight's game, the Patriots-Chiefs game, and it goes, Tom Brady will throw at least one interception tonight against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a good defense, but Tom Brady throwing interceptions is quite rare. He only threw 2 interceptions in 12 regular season games last year. I was just looking that up. Unbelievable. I knew he didn't throw many interceptions, but when I pulled up the stat to actually see he threw 2 last year in 12 games, I was like, wow, I didn't realize he was that good when it came to keeping the ball on the offense and not throwing it to the defense. So, but I have him throwing 1 interception in that game tomorrow against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a stacked defense. That's that Chiefs win on defense. Their offense isn't really much of anything. They win their games because of their defense. That's no secret in the past years. And I think they will get at least 1 interception off Tom Brady, maybe even more. You know what I mean? Hey, if Brady throws 2 interceptions, he's already tied his total for last year, so that would be crazy. But Brady throws at least 1 interception is the second bold prediction I got for this upcoming week. All right, the third one I have is quite bold, I'd say. The Jaguars-Texans game, the game that, not really many people would care about unless you're a Jaguars or Texans fan. I think this game will be the best / most competitive game of the week. And nobody would probably predict that, I feel like the only other game that can really, I would say has a chance to be the most competitive / best game of the week would be the Raiders and the Titans game. But I think this game is going to surprise a lot of people. Nobody expects anything out of the Jaguars, but I think, I think they're going to surprise people, especially defensively. They've really added a lot of pieces in the offseason with defense. And then the Texans, I think the Texans are going to show up big. Obviously, they're going to do it for the city. Obviously, they just had the Hurricane Harvey destroyed the city and everything. So I think this will be one for the city. I think the Texans will win the game, but I think the Jaguars will put up a good fight, and it will be just one of those crazy games. But at the end of the day, I think the Texans will definitely end up winning this one. But game of the week, in my opinion, it could happen. I don't know if it will be, but I feel like, keep an eye on it. All right, on to number 4. This one is in regards to the Chargers-Broncos game on Monday night, the second of 2 Monday night games. This one is at 10:30 it starts. I never heard of a football game starting at 10:30. But I think the Chargers will put up 30-plus points on the Denver defense. Now, everyone always talks about the Denver defense as one of the best defenses in the league. I think Denver is just a shell of what they once were. We all know how good they were a few years ago. But I feel like they might be the most overrated team in the league, the Broncos, that is. And, the Chargers are up there, to be honest, when it comes to overrated teams. I think these two, they both might be two of the most overrated teams. The Chargers, I feel like, get hyped up every year. and then they just, go nowhere. They definitely got bit by the injury bug last year, though. That's no secret. You know what I mean? They lost a ton of guys to injury last year. But I see the Chargers like surprising everybody, taking down the Broncos, putting up 30-plus points on them, and, exposing that defense. All right, my fifth and final bold prediction for the upcoming week here in the NFL is quite bold. It's probably maybe the boldest thing you could possibly pick. I have the Browns upsetting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, nobody's probably going to expect that, but yeah, I think it's going to happen. I think there's a legitimate chance it could happen. I mean, you see upsets. It's the first week of the season. You don't know what to expect out of anybody. There's teams that, are expected to do really good, and then they end up, just doing nothing. And there's teams that aren't expected to do anything, surprising people. The Browns had an unbelievably good draft in the first round especially. 3 first-round picks this past year in the draft. The Steelers, I feel like, are one of those teams. Like, it's just like, what are we going to get out of them this year? Ben Roethlisberger, this could be his last year. We know Antonio Brown's going to do it. We got Le'Veon Bell there. So I know, those two are going to show up, but, you don't know what to expect out of Ben Roethlisberger. Their defense is kind of questionable. They did just pick up Joe Hayden. And they have Ryan Shazier, a few other guys. So their defense is okay, but the Browns, I feel like, might surprise people this year. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to be the laughingstock of the league like they were last year. I definitely have the Browns winning at least 5 or 6 games this year. Nope, not playoffs, but, coming close. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year. And I have them actually winning this game against the Steelers, upsetting the Steelers. You know what I mean? Week 1. These things, if it were Browns versus Steelers middle of the season, week 8 or whatever, this could be completely different. It's just the fact that we are going into week 1. We have no idea really what to expect out of anyone. So I'm just going to take the Browns. I'm just going to go out on the limb, take the Browns over the Steelers. And that is it, guys. That is my final bold prediction for this upcoming week in the NFL. Let me know if you guys have any other bold predictions that I didn't mention for this upcoming week. List them in the comments below. Go follow me all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links listed in the description. As always, you can get updates to whenever I upload videos and stuff on there. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you later today with another NFL-related video. The next video will be predictions for every single game this upcoming week. So game-by-game predictions, that will also be up today. And, subscribe for that, and I'll see you then.